Example 2, find an equation of the tangent line to the hyperbola y equals 3 over x at the point 3, 1. So first thing we need to do is determine what does f of x represent. Well, we know that f of x is 3 over x. And we also know that a is equal to the value of 3, since that is the value of x on that point. So now what we want to do is we want to use the definition number 2, which was when the slope m is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h. So we want to find the limit as h is approaching 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a over h. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 3 plus h into the function here and plug in 3 into the function here. So we're going to end up getting the following. We have the limit as h is approaching 0 of 3 over 3 plus h minus 3 over 3. So if that becomes 3 over 3, then we know that that's going to give us 1. So 3 divided by 3 is going to give us 1. And then we're going to divide that by h. So now what we want to do is we're going to combine the numerator. So in order to do that, we're going to multiply that 1 by 3 plus h over 3 plus h. So we get 3 minus 3 plus h over 3 plus h divided by h. Now if we distribute this sign, we get 3 minus 3, which is 0, and then minus h, so we have minus h over 3 plus h in the numerator, and then we're going to divide that by h. So when we want to apply this limit as h approaches 0, we can't here, so we need to divide or multiply the numerator and denominator by the highest power in a denominator. So we're going to multiply the numerator by 1 over h and multiply the denominator by 1 over h. So we get the limit as h is approaching 0. We know that we can eliminate the h here and get 1 in the numerator, and this is h divided by h, which is 1. So therefore what's left is negative 1 over 3 plus h. Now we can evaluate this limit as h approaches 0. So this is going to become negative 1 over 3 plus 0, which is negative 1/3. Okay, so this tells us what? Well, this tells us in step 8 that our slope of that tangent line is negative 1/3. And then we also know that the point is at 3, 1. So we're going to use our point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we get y minus 1 which is equal to the slope of negative 1/3 times x minus 3. Okay, so if we distribute negative 1/3, we have negative 1/3 x. That becomes plus 1. Add 1 to both sides, we get negative 1/3 x plus 2. Now, in some cases, you may need to rewrite this equation in other forms, but therefore there is our slope, our equation that's tangent to that hyperbola. So let's go ahead and graph this on Desmos. So what do we know about the function? We know it's 3 divided by x. We know that the point, we want to see the point at 3, 1. So let's label that a little bit. So there is our graph. And then let's go ahead and put in our equation. So it's negative 1/3 x plus 2. And therefore we can see that it's tangent to that line. Therefore, there is our graph that confirms our result. So again, this is the line that's tangent, which is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2.